So the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers back at it again, right? So they announced their ticketing policy for the first two home games of the season this week, and with the COVID-19 pandemic continuing to hang over the country as well as the league, it did make sense what they said. So they announced this, quote, Lambeau Field will not host fans during the first two home games of the season. The Packers will reevaluate after the first two games to determine whether fans can attend later games, end quote. So now, at first blush, you look at, makes sense, it's smart. Couple weeks, we'll reevaluate. It's actually kind of good policy, right? And you're surprised because even for an idiot team owned by idiot owners, as well as idiots who own a sheet of paper and say that they're owners of the team, this is a reasonable take. I mean, in these unprecedented times, that's a good way to go about doing the business, right? And then you think about it, and then you look at the schedule, and then you're like, So, Packers' first two home games, week 2 hosting the Lions, whatever. Week 4 Monday Night Football against the Falcons, sure. And then they don't have another home game all the way until week 8. Well. Third home game, November 1st, Minnesota Vikings come to town. So it is so odd. It's just so weird, right? That, of course, an empty home stadium is going to be a big detriment to the home team. You know, the gambling lines say that a home team, full crowd, 3 points, there you go. So taking that away, basically making a neutral site game minus the other team traveling, it's a negative. It is a negative for the home team. And then all of a sudden, you want to leave yourself some wiggle room for if and when the Vikings do come to town November 1st. You're like, first 2 weeks, no fans in Lambeau. And then when the big bad Vikings come to town, maybe we'll let a couple fans in. I don't know. Maybe we'll be at full capacity for a week just to see what happens. Please. It's just so odd and coincidental. Oh, and by the way, the Packers have 4 of their final 6 home games at home, so we obviously knew that they have the referees on the payroll. I didn't know they had the schedule maker. Also, with when the schedule was made this spring, I mean, everyone could see that COVID-19 could be taken over and could shift some things around. So the fact that the Packers don't have their third home game until week 8, first couple weeks to figure things out, and only 2 home games, so they're at a minimal disadvantage with empty crowds. Sure. I am not allowed to believe in randomness. I have this birth defect called being born with more than 2 brain cells. It's crazy, right? So as teams in the league are coming out with blanket full season ticketing policies, we're not going to allow fans. We're going to allow this many fans. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. So the Packers were the only teams to come in with a caveat of, I'll give it two games, and then we'll see what happens by week 8. Yeah, we'll see if our main NFC North competitors, the Minnesota Vikings, are doing well, and if we need, half capacity, 15,000 fans, just a little edge in that key matchup where you have to try and take care of business at home in division. Sure. I mean, it's so transparent what they're doing because they're scared. Honestly, if you're scared, get a dog. Right? Because it's like in 2016, 7-7 Minnesota Vikings flying into Lambeau Field, trying to keep their skinny playoff hopes alive. Sam Bradford at the helm for some reason. And then that plane just magically skidded off the runway at the Appleton International Airport. The only plane that's ever done that at that stupid airport. Also, even though the plane skidded 10 feet, they said, and it was perfectly fine. Passengers could exit safely using, the safety precautions, ladders and whatnot. The team had to stay on the plane for several hours due to safety. So missing the team meal, missing final meetings and walkthroughs at the team hotel at the ballroom, all that stuff. And then several hours later, they're removed from the plane the same way they could have done right when they landed. Also, the team magically just didn't get to the team hotel until 14 hours before kickoff in a big time game that was going to determine who's going to make the playoffs. Just no. Honestly, I can see why the Packers are scared. I know the Packer fans saying, well, you guys haven't won at Lambeau since 2017, blah, blah, blah. Sure. Yeah, 2017 Vikings win at Lambeau. 2018 is a tie due to Daniel Carlson. Also, Packer fans will point out, well, that was the Clay Matthews roughing the passer. Oh, please. Honestly, the one time that the Zebras actually call a game fair and they didn't give the Packers the benefit of the doubt, they're pissing and moaning about that one. Okay, sure. And then 2019, the Packers held on by the skin of their teeth to win 21-16 at Lambeau because the defense and special teams spotted the Packers 21 points, and then Kirk Cousins pulled a big boner at the end. So they know. They fully understand that they are a paper tiger. Their 13-3 season last year was a complete fluke. Aaron Rodgers is an octogenarian. He's already feuding with the 12-year-old boy. Devontae Adams is a wide receiver 2 at best. He's not as good as Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, and Stephon Diggs. And also, they didn't get Rodgers any help. And they're just hanging on. They're just hoping and praying that Mike Pettin and that defense can keep it together, as well as the Vikings offensive line will be just as bad, which it won't be. It might be. All right. So, yeah, all these small things adding up. So, Packers going from no fans to maybe 10,000 fans, 15,000 fans. It'll be like back in the day when they couldn't sell out home games at Lambeau, so they had to play half their games in Milwaukee, so they actually put butts in the seats. Like, it'll be a good throwback. But they're just leaving the door open just to get that little bit of an edge, because they know the Vikings are coming. They're going to burn and pillage the town. Let's go. All right, so your thoughts. Packers, obviously cheating. Again, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull some in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.